Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Friday morning session here at 11 Central Time. And we are here this morning to talk about all things Nowsite. This is the AI WeCare team user group. And as like I said, we meet here every Friday at this time. Please join us. If you're out there in video land and watching this, we're sorry we missed you not here in person. We already had some we already had some good information this morning.
In person.
Let's say that we had some good information this morning, sharing some tips and tricks to help Melissa out on a question she had on blogging. And that's what it's all about here every Friday morning, is helping you guys out with Nowsite to be able to use the platform to hopefully market and grow your business better every week. And so we're glad you're here this morning, and we look forward to sharing with you some new things. Kind of nice this week. It's been kind of quiet on the developmental front for Nowsite, which is good because they need to, like the little Dutchman, they need to put their finger in the dike to stop some of these leaks they got in some of the technology, which they're working on. And but what they have done is they've rolled out, and Mary and myself, Catherine, and a lot of others in the AI WeCare team group have been going through just finished our second week of advanced training on the site, away from the basics, which has been very eye-opening and very good. Some of it not so new, but some of it brand new for me. And I've really appreciated the exercise and actually doing it, so much so that I am completely overhauling my website and my email campaigns this weekend. And to put in some of the new information that we've learned, and doing some things there. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mary for any updates we do have this week. And so here's the news at the top of the hour with Mary.
Absolutely, Steve, and thank you. And for those of you who don't know that are just watching us on YouTube, but thank you for being part of the team. As always, Steve and I always try and bring you the latest and greatest information from Nowsite. So today is no exception. I just got off the Now Club call, and it's not a top secret call. It is something you pay for in Nowsite to be part of an extra call on Friday mornings now with Justin and Cheryl. Some of the screenshots I caught this morning were not as good as my normal screenshots, but I want y'all to know that something new is coming. And that is where you're going to be able to, am I driving, Steve?
Yes, ma'am, you sure are.
Bear with me, I got a lot on my screen, so I'll get over to it as fast as I can. Just hop down here again and do this. This lead generation page is going to be, your new marketing page in your websites. And this little button right here, and I don't know if you can see my screen or not as well. It's hidden on my screen because it's not as colorful. Is build your website, build your email campaign, build everything for you. Nowsite is going to take that on, and you're going to have to fill out a couple of pages that go with it. Again, he went really fast and I didn't catch it like I normally do. So let's create your website. Okay. Tell us what you want language wise. Okay. Tell us what you want to say in your website. Okay. This is building your website. This is the same page twice. This is her on that page. I told you I didn't do a good job of capturing this. Building your website. What pictures or videos do you want on your page? Okay, so those are a couple of screenshots that I got this morning from what Justin just went through. So that's hot off the press. 11:07, it's 11:12. I didn't even have time to buff them. So with that being said, know that that is coming to your website platform. Now, not everybody is going to have access to that. If you're just on the base $47 plan with Nowsite, that's not going to be an option. You have to be on one of the higher plans, $87 or higher, or $99 right now for the first year. So you've got to have the other services in order for them to build that for you. Also, you're going to find, we did some things that are going to make things easier in the forerun. Look for the wallet on the bottom left-hand side to be a $sign. Okay, we took a poll on that this morning. So that's going to be an easy fix for them. So instead of telling people to go to the wallet, nobody knows what the wallet is when you log in. And if y'all are all looking at me going, what's the wallet? Give me just a second. I am not logged in. And I will share again. You can go to now.site to log in. You can also go to Nowsite marketing and log in as well. So either which way you want to go. Yes, sometimes we'll still say royalty on it. If you have the picture instead of your initials, you're going to find it right down here. This is the wallet. It says refer and earn. Look for that to be a dollar bill sign here very shortly. Also, when you're getting into your refer and earn section, you're also going to probably by next month, those of you that fill out the affiliate mandatory code words, they're going to be placed on this page. Big help. You don't have to go through your email again. For all of those, you're welcome. We take your suggestions. We send it back to the company. Okay. We get to run it by them and see if they really like it or they don't like it. Okay. Also down here is your affiliate agreement, but you can also be a certified Nowsite affiliate. There is a certificate that comes when you complete this. So even though we have tips and tricks and we have videos on our page, Nowsite has the question mark over here where you can go through support and you can figure out what everything is. But we also have now this Nowsite affiliate certificate. It is okay to take it more than once. Okay, so don't think you can only take it once and it's done. This software keeps developing, it keeps expanding, it keeps growing. So if you want to take it every 3 months, take it every 3 months. You are going to learn something new every time because as much as they change the platform, they also change the trading program. So that is one thing that you might want to look at going forward is grab a couple of hours. Instead of sitting on the couch watching the game this weekend, grab a computer and listen to this, watch the game, whatever you need to do. But you're going to find some tidbits in this training over and over again that you're going to take away and put into practice. Just like Steve said about what he's doing in the master's program to expand our thinking process to in depth. So this process is going to take a lot of brain power. It's going to take a lot of thought process. It's not something you're just going to slap up like paint and go, I hope it works, because it's constantly changing. Your marketing message is always changing. So with that being said, make sure that you're paying attention to the new videos that we put up, but also the new videos that Nowsite puts up. Okay, so we're kind of following their footsteps sometimes because, as Steve and I always say on our training videos, we're thinking outside the box. We're not just telling you that this is a purple pen, go learn how to write with a purple pen. We're going to tell you, use this email campaign, use a video in it, return it to a different email address if that's what you need to have so that you know who's paying attention to your messages. You now have 2 emails that you can send out from in a Nowsite account. Some people know that, some people don't. So these are little tips and tricks that we give to you on Friday calls and when we sit down and do recordings. And when we sit down and do recordings, it's us giving our weekend up to do that. I mostly talk. Steve does the work behind the scenes. He cuts it, slices it, posts it up. So that's how we split up this job. But if there's something that y'all want to hear about or something that is sticking that's not going into second gear with you, let us know. That's why we formed this group. That's why we're here to help.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about is we care, hence the name of the group. And
we care about how you market your business.
Yep, there you go. Because there's not, there's very few groups out there that do what we do in Nowsite. Maybe maybe I can count them on one hand out of all his group. But there are other groups out there, but it's more about recruiting and promotion than it is education and information. And so we try to focus in on that. And because of that, we have a lot of people in the WeCare team now that we deal with on a regular basis that are not even in Mary and I's downline. There are people who've come from other people. And Johnny's one example right there. Johnny has a completely different sponsorship line and doesn't come from us at all. Johnny, you can speak to some of the help you've gotten from some of the other folks. Not to talk bad about anybody, but you're not the only one, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's what we're here for. And people come here and go, oh my God, I didn't know that. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. We're here to help you all. And that's what it is. But, we can only speculate what you guys want. We would really like your input on what would you like a 15 or 20 minute session on in these meetings, other than just what new stuff came up, like Mary just went over. Is there something like, for example, Melissa was asking this morning, I've got this blog. How do I get it from point A to point B so I can market it on Nowsite? And, the thing with Nowsite is it's not intuitive. It just doesn't work the way you think it should work, because nerds designed it. But what you find is that there are a lot of workarounds on different things. And then, like the call that Mary was on earlier on these Friday calls, this is where we make suggestions like, that doesn't really look like a wallet. It looks like a file cabinet. Why don't you just call it what it is? It's money. Let's put a dollar bill sign there, right? And do that kind of stuff. So they do listen. I'm excited about the whole new application on the front end with support. I mentioned this last week, where for new recruits, the first 30 days, they will build a basic set of tools for you, a website or a landing page, an email campaign, a newsletter. They'll help you with geofencing with the ads. They'll do all that. But that's okay. But the problem is that you work with them, but they do the work. So you don't really understand how it was actually built or done. And they'll use things, because they've been doing it so long, where they'll use code in those websites, and you'll have no idea where they got the code from or how they put it in there. And so, it's like one of the things I was working on last night is I wanted to learn how to put a Facebook pixel into my website. So there's a tutorial for that. So I studied it last night, and we'll probably cover this in one of the meetings in the next coming weeks. So you can track your website traffic now and find out who's looking at it and what's coming, where it's coming from. You can't currently do that in Nowsite. So it's a workaround. Use Facebook, use their pixel technology, embed a pixel using the code into your website, and it will start generating analytics for you for that website on your Facebook account.
Interesting. Okay.
So there are workarounds. You can work on different things. And that's been enlightening for me, because they've been promising us like IP address analytics in the analytics for quite some time, but it just hasn't evolved. So until then, here's a way to work around it. And so as soon as I feel I'm confident with it and I see it's working correctly, then I'll share it with the rest of you on one of these meetings. And then Mary and I will do a video and show you how to do it in the video. So it'll be up in the library, so you can go and access it anytime you want to.
So not only are you looking at the Nowsite or the Facebook version of that recording, but you're also looking at where you're going to do it in the Nowsite platform.
Right.
So we'll make sure those are both available, and that'll be one of our thanks for Thanksgiving for us, because it will be after Thanksgiving that we do this.
Yeah.
So just our way to give thanks back to y'all.
So there is a lot of outside sources outside Nowsite that Nowsite is amenable with, since you can use code snippets and you can put code on the website, because there is a tool for that you can bring a lot of third-party software into the platform without having to, have an API built. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, that's a program that bridges one program to another program. You can, by just code, the coding will connect and doing different things. So, the opportunity is to, use the Nowsite platform as your wheelhouse and then build extensions from it. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is that you can find workarounds, like I said with you, Melissa, on like just creating a landing page for your blog, rename it, give it a URL, and then you can transport it anywhere. You can post it in your social media. You can send it out on email campaigns. You can use it in geofencing. You can do a multitude of things by just moving your blog, or you can even copy the blog URL where you're at and bring that in as well. And there's a way to do that as well. I just find it's easier if I give it its own place, because usually what I'll do is I'll also embed in the blog a customer fill form where people can fill in information and contact you.
Okay.
And,
Right
and
now,
that, and that helps build your database.
okay. Right now, I have it connected to my Facebook, so I figured out how to do that. I'm not selling anything. I am promoting an affiliate,
Hmm?
and it's basically just a blog to converse with whoever would like to
That's
tap
perfect. That's perfect. That's value.
in.
Yeah. So
So
that's good.
I just need to advance myself in the Now site and figure out how to transfer that
Mhm.
over and connect everything, connect all the dots.
Right.
So,
And just to let people know, we do have a resource page. It's aiwecareteam.now.site. Again, that's aiwecareteam.now.site. And there's a whole video library there of how-to videos, how to do a lot of what we talk about here. There are also tips and tricks there, some free programs that you can download that you can use to help when you're building websites and finding um, uh, graphics or converting graphics or doing whatever you want to do over there. And then other interesting information like Mary that she had on the Now call this morning, that'll get transferred and put up on the site, so you'll have it there as a resource as well. So it's a resource page for anybody to use. It's a public page. You don't have to be a member of the group. You can refer it to anybody. If you know, but if anybody you know has Nowsite and is having trouble and they can't make this call, they can either go to that page I just gave you, aiwecareteam.now.site, refer to them, and there'll be a lot of tools there that'll help them and maybe answer any questions they may have about the website, about the platform and how to use it. Or you can also go to our AI WeCare Team YouTube channel, and you can
that's what I would
find, yeah, and you can find videos there of everything we do, including the recordings of all these meetings
do. Mhm.
are up there as well. So you can always go to our
Please
YouTube
subscribe.
channel. Yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and doing that. So, it's all out there to benefit you guys, and on our resource page, if you're still frustrated, on the homepage, you can actually book time on Mary or my calendar on our Calendarly links and book a session with us and do that. Or if you can't find any time on my schedule, which is actually happening a lot right now, you can actually, it doesn't mean I have a meeting. I do have, full transparency. I have times blocked out on my schedule for work time. It's for delivering on deliverables that Mary and I have promised to our clients. Maybe they've, want us to build them a web page, an email campaign. They want us to do other work for them. Those are the periods that we do that in that time. So if you have an emergency, either Mary or I, if you'll text us, our phone numbers are there. If you text us and say, if you got a quick 5 minutes, we will, we'll text you back and we'll send you a Zoom link real quick, and you can get on and hopefully we can solve your little frustration. There's been many people where they spend a couple hours trying to figure it out, and we get on there in a matter of about 90 seconds, we show you how to do it. And so, and we say, okay, good. Now you know how to do it. See you later. Have a great day. but we're here as a resource to help you out with that kind of stuff and doing that. So yeah, there's our Calendly links up there. So and our phone numbers, and just go ahead and reach out to us on that and for that. So that's another part of the support mechanism that we offer here for you guys. Let's
We
see.
also offer the
Yep.
business directory. If you are a member of the AI WeCare team, you can do an About Me section and then send it to me. And then I will put yours in whichever services that you're offering. Steve and I have this wonderful ability to talk to each one of you and find out what your business is. But sometimes it's connecting the two people that are in the team to somebody else who already has something that they need. So this is not a recruiting platform. This is, if you need somebody's expertise, please click here and find your resource within the team. If it's not in the team, then call one of us. We may have it outside the team. Not every member of the AI WeCare team has chosen to list in the directory, and we don't force you to list in the directory. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But understand that we've got different categories in here. So some of you may know I'm in the insurance industry, okay, have been for 18 years. So if you're looking to talk to an insurance agent, talk to me. I got the words and tell them what we've got here. If you're looking for a notary, we've got notaries around Texas, okay? So if you want another area, then please, we'll be glad to put you through here and put you in the directory.
Okie dokie. Let's do a little catching up here. Catherine, why don't you give a little bit of feedback? I know you've been on the advanced training too. What's really caught your eye on the advanced training, and maybe something we should bring into a session maybe next week?
Well, that's kind of my game anyway, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff I've been doing for years, I do with my clients. Some of the terminology is a little bit different, but I absolutely love it because most businesses, as you know, don't really do any of that. And
Mhm.
so really when you're starting, like, where do you want to be in 5 years, or, what is it that you want to accomplish? Most people can't really tell you. They can just say, well, I want to make enough money. I want to do blah, 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 but they don't really have a goal in mind. So working backwards, creating customer avatars, that was probably one of my favorite ones. I use a little different terminology, but it's basically the same. And so I feel a little bit like I'm cheating because I have a lot of that already done. But my partner gets a little, she's like, well, how did you do that so fast? I'm like, well, I kind of already had it, so. But I mean, I think those kinds of things. So the things that we're learning are basic business tools that 90% of businesses don't do. Like, who is your customer avatar? Like, give them a name. Tell me where they live, how much they make. Are they married? Do they own a home? Tell me what they're passionate about. Are they, a part of a church? Do they do volunteer work? All of those things. And that person becomes a live person, right? My guy's name's Kyle, right? And he likes hunting and fishing and all this stuff. So that's probably one of my most favorite lessons. But then we talk about, everything, right? What's your vision for this business? What is, what's the mission? How are you going to get there? All of these things that most businesses don't do. Because really, once you do those things, you become crystal clear and understand that the next time you say, well, who can you serve? And you can say, I serve everyone. The person next to you is going to slap you, right?
Mhm.
Because really, you don't serve everyone.
Yeah,
You have,
the thing I like about each one of these lesson plans is that every one of them is applicable to Nowsite. You use
absolutely.
that data to refine your messaging. You use that
Mhm.
data to refine your targeting. You do
Yep.
that message. You use those lessons to refine even your color palettes
Mhm.
and what colors you choose for your business.
Colors are probably my next favorite. Like, I just literally had this conversation with John actually
Mhm.
about, I said, colors are super important. And most people laugh at me when I say that. I'm like, colors evoke emotion, right? When I look at websites and they have like green and orange and pink and purple and 14 different colors on there, the only thing I want to do is just throw up. It's like, oh my God, who who did this? Did your uncle Larry put this together? Because, you know, he used to do websites in the day or whatever. Horrible, horrible. And so people don't understand that, right? We just did this with National Group Marketing, right? You and
Mhm.
I.
Right.
They gave me pushback about the two colors. And I said, listen, let me tell you what kind of emotions they evoke, right? And let me tell you why we chose these colors and blah, blah, blah. And there's a whole, literally, you can look up colors and fonts and all of those things. Fonts. What makes me crazy is when I look at websites that are, I had an architecture and he had all the script font on there.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
that's
like,
terrible.
dude, who are you selling? Are you selling Mary Kay or are you selling architectural? Which one? You know, seriously. But people don't understand that. Okay, well, maybe, and here's the other thing. Well, I like that font. That's great. Are you selling to you or are you selling to a specific clientele?
Right.
Because
You
you that,
know,
but maybe you're
let me just
fine.
say, because let me like, reiterate that your favorites, right? So, you
Mhm.
know, main part of my business is business consulting for SBA loans. I do that for a lot of my clients.
Yeah.
And, you know, and 80% of people get in the business they get into because it was their hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Right.
love it. The problem is how sustainable is that market?
Right.
That's what the
Because they,
bank's looking at. Just because you like it and you think everybody else in the world does, you know, say quilting,
well,
right?
and
How many quilters are there out there? That's literally a business that I had, a quilting business, and we ran the numbers on it, and the market was so small
Mhm.
that if everybody went to their store 4 times a day and bought the minimum purchase, they would be out of business in 6 months.
Right. But they don't do any market research. The other thing is they may be really passionate at their craft and they might be really good at it, but they suck, pardon my French,
Yeah.
at running it. They have no idea what that takes. So they may be really good with, I just did this with a client who does an AC. And actually that's one of my target markets, right? AC HVAC company.
Right.
Really good at what he does, but he has no idea how to run a business. None whatsoever. And so that's part of the problem. So a lot of times I include a lot of the business coaching, you know, background in doing health insurance for clients because they just don't know what they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's important for you to have mentors and people that are successful. So find someone who's been successful in what you do or a similar type of business and talk to them. Say, what is it? What do you do? Who's your perfect avatar? Who's your target market? Because I guarantee that you haven't done that for your business, right? And so they're successful for a reason, right? Because they probably did all the work.
Mm-hmm.
So really, really,
And
really,
yeah,
stay up.
and even that avatar process is something like you said, you need to go back and revisit it every 2 or 3 months.
I changed my I drive my poor cousin who does all my like graphic design and logos and stuff because like probably twice a year I'm go, hey, can we change that? She goes, oh my God, you drive me crazy. For client, I would have stabbed you long ago, you know. So, but as the business evolves,
Mhm.
so must your, you know, like even what Justin said, right? I've talked to Justin numerous times, and he said even on our thing, like he said, sometimes it's not ever it's static, right? It's not ever the same all the time. It's constantly changing, ebb and flow. I ask all the time, is this our perfect client or are we looking for this or whatever? Because he
Well,
has
here's a perfect example, just to interrupt you for a minute.
Mhm.
When you were in the real estate business 4 months ago, and you're in the
Mhm.
real estate business today, your avatar is totally different.
Correct.
If you're still marketing to the person you were marketing to 3 or 4 months ago, you're
Mhm.
not going to get any responses. You need to change your complete business plan because now the most critical thing for you is not sales, it's listings.
Right. And a year ago, forget it. It's a whole nother business.
You know, and then the other thing is mortgage rates, right? So now houses that don't move as quickly as they do,
Right.
you know, and the pricing in some markets is dropping and others it's static. Some of it
Mhm.
there's still a little bit of movement, like here in Houston, there's still about 2 to 3% movement in the marketplace, but I can tell you it's slowed way down.
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, so now if I'm a real estate agent, I've got to re-gear, I've got to retarget, I've got to redo my messaging, I've got to get everything out there. I may have to create a whole new website, maybe landing pages, new email campaigns. You know, you got to be ready to move on the fly to do that.
Well, I'm going to give you another example, health insurance, right? Married and health insurance. Well, guess what? There's a whole lot of change. There's a whole lot of changes in Medicare. There's a whole lot of changes. You know, you can be a family of 4 with and make 75,000 and get a zero premium from Obamacare, from healthcare.gov.
From the marketplace. Yeah. You said Medicare, but it's marketplace.
No, well, I mean Medicare too. Medicare is changing,
Mhm.
right? They've added some, and even marketplace. Some of the players that were in there last year are not in there this year, and there's new ones, right? So
Constantly changing.
right, constantly changing, and so your customer avatar has to change, right, based on what you're looking for, and you know, to figure out who are you serving, right? And so that's super important. Anyway, I can go
And
on.
then once you've decided who that is, right? Now that you've got that all going, now you go to the Nowsite and you got to go into sales flow and you got to change your targeting criteria.
Right.
Totally. And you may have to also adjust your, you know, your email campaign to meet that same thing again with a different messaging. And you may want to change something on your website so it all kind of rolls up when you do that. And so, I mean, you know, so that's where, you know, you have to constantly be, you know,
in tune with your marketing, in tune with your avatar and who your person is. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg we're giving y'all right now.
Right.
How to do that is in the steps we're going to do after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And break that workbook down for you.
And if you need help, I mean, that's one of the things the business resource directory is. I mean, I got 2 really super good business coaches right on this call. This is what they do. I mean, you got Baz Porter and Catherine Pierce. They both are business coaches. I mean, Catherine is just a plethora of knowledge, and so is Baz. And they're very successful with some very, very, really good clients. So, you know, that's one of the things about this group. There are resources within this group as well for doing things and doing that kind of stuff. So, you know, for those out there in video land, you know, again, you know, that's one of the reasons for belonging to this group. And we have well over 400 members in this group now that attend these meetings off and on, in between. A lot of the videos, we're getting a lot more video watching. Not as many people are coming in person, which I think you should be becoming much, because the meetings before the meetings and after the meetings, you're missing a lot of good stuff.
And there's a reason we don't record them.
Yeah, and there's a, you know, and sometimes you get the real skinny on a lot of stuff on those meetings. So, in doing those things, but okay, I'd like to, Mary, what do you think? Just open the floor for any Q&As.
Absolutely. I had Travis ask the question about letting me join. You're welcome for joining the group. Does anybody have selling website businesses? We're all Nowsite affiliates.
Yeah.
In this group. So yes, we sell the websites, we sell the product. That's a side thing of what we're already doing in our mainstream. But yes, we do work on a wide range of websites. Steve and I both do for the team, and that's in the Hire Us section. So even though we don't talk about Hire Us, it is listed on the team page. If there's something that you need or you want to tweak, or you get it started and go, I don't know how to put the shiny bow on it, then bring it to us. Okay. And we'll work with you on that. So,
and we are probably way too inexpensive.
Right. The other thing I would say is you guys can do things 10 times faster than most of us can, because you've done it times. So the money that you spend, the little money that you spend, is well worth it, because you'll get 10 times the bang for your buck. Just want to throw that in.
So to answer Travis's other question, yes, I have an email list business that will give you prices that you won't find anyplace else. And not only that, there are no bounce emails. So
we have that service. We also have solved the click to pay.
E-commerce.
So
Yep,
we have the e-commerce. Go ahead.
Geofencing.
Yep.
geofencing, the e-commerce side that we can mirror a Nowsite page and get that done for you. So if you have something that you're struggling with that you haven't figured out how to with Nowsite, please say something to Steve and I. We have other resources, and it's just a matter of tapping into those or going to find it. And just like we did on the other. The same lady who makes the t-shirts for the team just brought me another t-shirt. She's here in my office building. Luster and Faith is her company name, and she's also got a lusterandfaith.now.site page. So if you want Nowsite material, that's where you, or AI WeCare team, that's where you can go and get that. Nowsite uses somebody out of Canada as well. It's on the homepage. I was going to say the name of it, but it just totally left my brain. Starts with a T.
Senior moment.
Exactly. I'm having some more of those. Anyway, but we'll put a link back to it on the homepage of the AI WeCare team. So if there's something that you need, we do go out and find it, and we fix problems. Don't you agree, Steve?
I agree. And Travis, there is a link on the resource page for Target Track, which is the email link to the email site, and we'll give you all the pricing and what you can get from your list. And then you just need to reach out to me and we can get it squared away for you.
Okay, thank you.
So if you go here to the homepage, Target Track is right here.
Yeah.
The online shopping cart is right here. And it's through Clicktunity.
Okay.
We are going to have another event
Yeah, I guess I was going to go ahead and talk about the December event.
December 1st, if you're in the Houston area, or if you want to fly in. Anybody who's flying in, I will still drive to the airport and pick you up. If you're coming to Bush, I will. Steve, are you still available to pick
Yeah,
up
I'll
on
pick you up if
Hobby?
you come in a hobby. I'll pick you up.
Okay, so let us know if you're flying in. It is a Thursday night. It's December 1st. It's 5:30 to 8. Cheryl Coco is coming in from Mays Landing, New Jersey. It is a dinner. It is a networking event. It is not just all Nowsite people coming to it. There are table sponsors if you want to sponsor a table there as well. It is a rotating networking event venue anyway. So you're going to find a lot more people that are not Nowsite that are going to attend. Right now, the seating is to 60 to 100. So there are also going to be professional headshots. So if you need a new headshot picture taken, please come dressed appropriately for that headshot. If you want to change afterwards, that's cool too. This is Houston. Understand it's going to rain between now and Thanksgiving every day. So bring your high waders and anyway.
Welcome to Oregon weather.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to become ducks around here.
Yeah.
So, all right. If anybody needs any other details or information, please reach out to Steve or myself on the coming into Houston and then leaving that day so that we can get you taken care of and everything goes smoothly.
Mary, did you give them the website of where that it's going to be yet?
rsvphouston.now.site.
There you go.
I was just going to ask you that. So good,
Yeah.
great mind.
I'll put it in the chat here.
RSVP Houston, which is my stable website. So any event that Nowsite's coming to Houston with, that is my page that has the information on it.
So RSVP Houston.now.site.
Correct.
Yep, it is in the chat. You have to put HTTP in front of it to get it to work, though.
Right.
Okay, they're going to do another a launch for it. It will be the launch of the next how they're running the platform. So they start you from a brand new customer and launch your websites, launch your email campaigns, your social media, and all of that. But that is the official day of the launch. So there are, like I said, other speakers coming in, but Cheryl is the keynote speaker for that night.
Okay. Anyone else like to chime in? Have any questions, any comments this morning? Frank, you've been awful quiet this morning.
Well, I've just been taking it all in, been making some notes here. I'm going to be ready for you next week.
Okay. Baz?
Yeah, not necessarily for me, Steve, but the Mary mentioned the sponsorship for the tables. How much is the sponsorship for the tables?
Sponsorship for the tables is $150.
Is that how many people per table?
No, it's not for the dinner. It's to display whatever you want to promote and show.
Can you do that even if you're not in there?
I already have a table, so yes, Baz, let's you and I talk.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
Here
you.
is the RSVP Houston page. Here is the flyer as it is right now. It's supposed to have my logo on it, probably somewhere up in here. But this is the flyer. This is something that my business partner came up with a couple of years ago. What is everything that Nowsite has? It's all done for you, from the websites to SEO, advertising, social media, blog, email, CRM, and analytics. So I like that little done stamp that says everything is done. Everything to the left of that picture is all the different places you'd have to go to get each one of those things done individually. So I love that graphic. If you want to use it, you can take a picture of it off of the RSVP Houston page, and you can add that to your websites as well if you'd like to. If you would like to tell us that you're coming, tell me who is invited by and how many guests you'd have, just so we can keep a running tab, so we can tell the caterers how much more food or how less food do we need to get started.
And it is a free event. You're actually getting 2 free drink tickets as well.
Correct.
Mary, you said it was like in Cyprus or something, didn't you? Is that what you
It
told
is
me?
at I-10 and sorry, Brittmore.
Okay.
It's behind the Walmart at I-10 and Beltway 8.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's not quite Cypress, Jersey Village, but it's close. Yes, Johnny.
I did have a question here for Steve. We were talking about how to take my contacts, export them out, because the only program I have is that one you suggested, Office Suite or something, whatever it's called.
Yes. Yeah. You can do it from there. You can bring the Office over into, if you send me the Excel spreadsheet. No, it's not. Well, it's an ODS spreadsheet. You
Yes.
send it to me. I'll convert it to Excel and then convert it to a CSV file and send it back to you.
Okay, but you said to segment the lists.
Yes. You should break it up into 200s.
Yeah, I agree. But is there a way that I can do any of this stuff on my whenever?
Yeah. I mean, we can get on. I can show you how to do it. Yeah,
Okay.
you're just gonna have to you're just gonna need a third party to convert it to a CSV file and send it back to you so you can upload it,
Oh, okay.
because you don't have Microsoft Word. I mean,
Is it because
Office.
you're on Apple?
No, but it's because I don't have the
He doesn't have Office.
I don't
Okay.
have the Office Suite.
Yeah. So
So they
he's using the free Office I forget what it's called, but it's the Linux version. And
Yeah.
it's fine. It does everything that Office does, and it's free.
Open Office.
Yeah, Open Office. But what you have to do is you have to, in other words, if he sends me an ODS document and I open it on my computer, Excel will read it and convert it to Excel.
Okay.
And then I can just go ahead and then convert it to a CSV file, email it back to him, and he can upload it.
Ah, okay. Well, I got actually 2 lists, and I'll do that. And then
Okay.
what's it best to just email it to you?
Yeah, just email me a list and I'll just convert them real quick and send them right back to you.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anything else out there?
Hey, are y'all, I know you talked about this a little bit. Do you want to do like some of the stuff that we learned in the master's class with this
Yes.
group?
Yes.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Our time to give thanks to the group is to teach all that. And that way the course will be over and we can work
I
on
think-
the workbook.
I think what Catherine's asking is we're going to teach that on here, and yes, we are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll do segments, and if you would like to volunteer to be one of the teachers, Catherine, we would love to have some help, and then we can take a piece of it and promote it, because it should only take about 15 minutes to do a cursory overview.
Yeah. I mean, we get into it, but I think if they do the 50-foot view, it'd be plenty.
Yep. And we can share those slides because
Yeah.
we've all been screenshotting that stuff. So
I have tons. My phone's like full of screenshots. Super good stuff. So, okay, good. I'm
so
super.
for those out there in video land, look forward to the next couple of weeks between now and the end of the year. We will be doing that, doing updating on that. With holidays, Thanksgiving's up on the air because it's a Friday weekend, long weekend. Traditionally, we just usually skip that Friday, but we'll let you know if we're not going to have a meeting on that Friday here next week. Probably Mary and I'll make up our minds on that.
And make sure that you're ready for a Black Friday special because they'll do a Black Friday and a Cyber Monday. So if you're not ready for those, it may sneak up and sneak past you.
Mhm.
So make sure that you're ready for that. What it is, we don't know. As soon as we get a hint of something, I'm going to start putting a draft together. So I will have a page done for it. And we can also share that within the team section. So you can download it and call it yours.
Okay, and with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Again, this is the AI WeCare Team User Group. We meet every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time here at this channel, where you can go to http://zoomwithsteve.now.site, or you can Zoom WeCareTeamZoom.now.site is the other way of getting here to the meetings, and then join us. And also, if you have somebody you'd like to invite to one of these meetings, this is an open meeting. Please invite a guest. Any of the links that we shared today in the talk, please feel free to share those as well and do that. Also, it would be remiss, it's November 11th. It is Veterans Day. And I would like to give a shout out to all the veterans there today who have sacrificed a lot more than a lot of us have and put it out there to keep our freedom. So if you're a veteran and you're on this call, say thank you very much for your service. Much appreciated in doing that. Okay, Mary, anything else you'd like to say?
As always, we're going to sign off for right now. Stay on if you have any additional questions. This is Mary Bird and Steve Patterson wishing you the best of November the 11th.
Yep.